Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back your lovely faces to a brand new video here on the channel. If you're new to the channel, hello and welcome your lovely face. Sadly, this is a sad video because the legendary guitarist Jeff Beck has passed. Now, Jeff Beck, in the music world, his guitar playing has influenced nearly every single genre. If you listen to heavy metal, so you got Metallica, you got Anthrax, you got Slayer. A lot of these sounds came from Jeff Beck. And as people know, I absolutely love my heavy metal. I go to all the festivals every year. I absolutely adore them. And when you listen to Jeff Beck songs, and then you listen to Metallica, you know, what Kirk Hammett plays, when you hear James Hetfield play, even when you hear Slash from Guns N' Roses and Velvet Revolver, when you hear these people play, you can hear Jeff Beck riffs. That's how influential this man was. And it's sad to see that he has passed. But there is a sad thing about all of this as well, which, with Jeff passing, you have people who are supporting AH, and let's just say some of the stuff they're saying is absolutely disgusting, and they should be held accountable for their actions. But we'll get in that later on. So what I thought we'd do first is go over the BBC article regarding Jeff Beck, British guitar legend, dies age 78. Jeff Beck, one of the most influential rock guitarists of all time, has passed at the age of 78. The British musician rose to fame as part of the Yardbirds, where he replaced Eric Clapton before forming the Jeff Beck Group with Rod Stewart. His tone, presence, and above all, volume redefined guitar music in the 60s and influenced movements like the heavy metal genre, jazz rock, and even punk. Beck's passing was confirmed on his official Twitter page. On behalf of his family, it is with deep and profound sadness that we share the news of Jeff's passing. After suddenly contracting a bacterial meningitis, he peacefully passed away yesterday, so this would have been on the 10th. His family asked for privacy while they process this tremendous loss. There he is, back in 1974 on Top of the Pops. Top of the Pops, if you didn't know, were people who want to live in America and other who were not from the UK. Top of the Pops was a weekly music show where they ran down the top 10 charts of the UK, and they always had people in the top 10. Maybe like if they got a brand new song coming out that won in the charts yet, they would have the band perform live in the studio. Speaking when he was inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for the second time in 2009, the only other person to be inducted 3 times and the only guitarist is Eric Clapton, who, in my eyes, Eric Clapton is the greatest guitarist of all time. Beck said when he was inducted, "I play the way I do because it allows me to come up with the sickest sounds possible. That's the point now, isn't it? I don't care about the rules. In fact, if I don't break the rules at least 10 times in every song, then I'm not doing my job properly." You gotta love that. 6-stringed warrior. Now, obviously, so many people have come out in support of his family, and they have just offered their condolences, and when you see the list, it's just phenomenal, you know? It's the who's who of guitarists, of heavy metal, punk, jazz rock, everything. It's just absolutely amazing. Responding to the news of his passing, Rod Stewart called Beck the greatest. He posted a picture of the pair on Instagram. "Jeff Beck was on another planet. He took me and Ronnie Wood to the USA in the late 60s in his band, the Jeff Beck Group, and we haven't looked back since." I see. It's amazing to see how Jeff was with other people before they took off and became successful in their own right, you know? He was one of the few guitarists that, while playing live, would actually listen to me sing and respond. "Jeff, you were the greatest, my man. Thank you for everything. R.I.P. US rock band Hollywood Vampires, Johnny Depp, Alice Cooper, Joe Perry, and the amazing Tommy Henriksen, who doesn't get a lot of shout-outs these days, also saluted the passing of our dear friend and guitar legend. Jeff's incredible musicianship and passion for guitar has been an inspiration to us all. He was a true innovator, and his legacy will live on through his music. Rest in peace, Jeff." Rock singer and guitarist Eric Clapton simply tweeted, "Always and ever." Here we got Jeff and Johnny Depp playing last year at the Helsinki Blues Festival. Led Zeppelin's Jimmy Page when he played with him in the Yardbirds. paid tribute to Beck as the six-stringed warrior, praised his apparently limitless musical imagination, which could channel music from the ethereal. In another rock tribute, Rolling Stones frontman Mick Jagger shared a video of the pair playing together, saying, "Music had lost one of the greatest guitar players in the world. We will all miss him so much." The Edge from U2, punk rock before punk rock existed, and one of the most inventive guitar players of all time, He set a very high bar for all of us who followed. His legend will live on. Now, as you can see by there, my main guy, Ozzy, he has said it was such an honour to know and play with Beck, adding, "I can't express how saddened I am." Queen guitarist Sir Brian May, he was lost for words, but called Beck the absolute pinnacle of guitar playing and a damn fine human being. You had Kiss members Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley. They also expressed their shock. Simmons called the news heartbreaking, while Stanley said he had blazed a trail impossible to follow. Play on now and forever. Then you had Paul Young. He was loved by everyone in the know. He was the guitarist's guitarist. And actually, there's the Yardbirds. They were just absolutely crazy. Top of the Pops, 1965. And then now we go on to see a lot of the other things about where he came. And obviously, as you can see by here, with the Yardbirds, when Eric Clapton left the Yardbirds in 65, Jimmy Page suggested hiring Beck. And he went on to play on hits like I'm a Man and Shape of Things, where his pioneering use of feedback influenced musicians like Paul McCartney and Jimi Hendrix. The guy was just a legend, and he always will be. But obviously, sadly, when you have things like this, you do have people who, well, like I said, they just want to cause trouble. They just want to be horrible to people. And it's kind of sad because this is what they do on their days off. Or maybe they don't even have jobs. Because what I'm about to show you in these tweets by here that Aquaman, Friend of Justice, put in, it's almost like these people don't have jobs. Because they just seem to be on Twitter constantly, and all they're putting out is hate, you know? So this is what Friend of Justice put out. A friend to Johnny passes and they celebrate, mocking his passing and fantasizing this on others who stood with Johnny Depp. Majority on that list, shots 1 and 2, are women. Yet they claim to be against misogyny all the time. Just take a look at how toxic AH stands are. So, Julia Fox here. Who else do I need to add? She's got, I don't know, obviously you got her there, but AH, which is kind of interesting how they use a man, even though they can say that, oh, they don't need no men. You know? Why didn't they get a woman? Because there is a woman who does this in a meme. There is a stock photo of this. But they don't know that because they're dumb. But as you can see, you got Johnny Depp, Jeff Beck, you got Rihanna, you got Jamie Lee Curtis. You know, it's absolutely nuts. You even put Jeannie Larson on there, which is just sick of her. And you got all of these. Evergreen, Helena Bonham Carter, Kate Walsh, Florence Pugh, Ellen Pompeo. Added thank you with a love heart. All these people are just some of the worst people in the world, you know? But I will say, though, these people are just trolls. This is what they live for. And I actually find it really funny because they moan on Twitter. They moan and they moan and they put out stuff like this, which normally does go to show that there is some psychological imbalance. And this is all they want to do. So it's like, okay, carry on with it, you know? It's just making yourself look even worse because, again, even if these people, you know, the majority of them are using fake photos, which aren't really them because I could get fired from my job for this and all this kind of stuff, which they do to a lot of other people. And these people just, you know, it's just like, yeah, you know, that one there, this Critical K is just, wow. These are the things you're saying to people. If you have children, I really feel sorry for them because you're literally the definition of toxic. All these people are, you know? But again, no, as you got by here, Critical K, you know, it says, who's next? Adam Waldman, Tug, Laura B. You know, it's just like, right, okay, you know, you can go on, you can carry on, you can do all what you want, say what you want, and it's going to come back and bite them in the ass. But that's what we got, ladies and gentlemen. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see each and every one of you soon. Stay safe. Bye-bye.